Hey folks, it's Nate coming at you on Friday, March 4th, on a very chilly day out here in the Monterey Bay. So tonight I wanted to do a different kind of demo, a little bit different. As many of you might have seen, I had this SaberTrio Reaver up for sale on some of the Facebook Saber groups, and earlier this week I had a good friend of mine, an acquaintance, somebody that I knew, go ahead and purchase this from me. And so we've been spending the last couple of days putting together the config that he wanted on this saber. So I was able to finalize that for him last night and sort of give him a shorter demo of what's on it, and he signed off on it. And then so I asked him if it would be okay if I sort of did more of a little bit longer, more involved demo to put up on my YouTube channel. He was like, yeah, sure, go for it. So Ike, thanks very much for letting me do this, and I hope you enjoy this saber. And this config is just it's 10 sound fonts with some blade styles that are sort of like lifts from FET263's library that I've modified. Some are my own blade styles that I've built, and then others are sort of some hybrids of stuff I collected and built together. But I think you'll like them. So here they are. So the first one is Shock Baton, which is one of FET263's Electro Staff blade styles. It's a blue-white-green, or blue-white-gray, with that polar spark preon. The lightning summoning hilt release on the stab. Okay, then the next one is Masterless from Grayscale Fonts. And this is my Arctic Blue, an Arctic Blue color. So this is an Arctic Blue style that I put together originally for the Son of Corellia sound font demo that I did. This is that custom blade color. That's this. Now on the camera, it looks like a static single color audio flicker blade, but it's not. It's actually a per LED flicker blade. And when you hold this blade up close, you'll see a lot of the flicker going on inside the blade. It's just harder to see on camera because of this. It's such a bright color. It's a very pale blue. And then this next one is Fleximod, and I think this is by BK Saber Sounds, if I'm not mistaken. A lot of these are fonts that I've not used before. They're new to me. So yeah, Gray Assassin and Fleximod are both BK Saber Sounds. Shock Baton is Kyberphonic. So here's Fleximod. Now this is using a very light blue ignition effect power up, and then it drops down into a darker TFA Graflex blue color. And this is an audio flicker. It's unstable V2. This is a flame blade. And so this base blade originally started out from Fett's library as the Rage flame blade style. And then I did some modifications to its scroll timing and its scroll size, but it's essentially, that's the source blade style that this is. And then of course I almost always add my own like clashes, blasts, and waves. Those stabs, those sorts of things. So that's your first flame blade. And then the second one is Crossguard V3.
I've been waiting for this day for a long time.
And this is more of an unstable flame blade. You can see the striping is a little bit different. And then I've got a custom stab on here. Come on, give me a stab. There we go. Okay, now we get into some fonts that are really much newer to me, but I really like. So this next one is Endure from Grayscale Fonts. And this is a custom green pulse blade. This is one of my personal favorite pulse blades, only because I love the speed, the speed of the pulse on this particular style. It's just aesthetically, I find it very soothing. So I'm doing some fun stuff there on the force effect. Now this blade style is a modification that I originally did for my Arwen sound font. And what it is it's a green slow pulse blade with a blue ignition effect, and then drops into a green pulse blade. And it's actually got rain sparks running on the blade that are the same color as the main base blade green. So the rain sparks are invisible when the blade is in its regular state. However, when you toggle the force effect turns the blade white, and then the rain sparks underneath become visible and they're green. So I'll show you that again. You might be able to pick them up on camera. So right now you can't see the rain sparks because they're the same color as this base blade. However, you might be able to see them now. They're sort of just all over. And then on the swing, I have the alpha layer set to green, so when you swing it, the blade will go green. However, I have the alpha layer toggled on and off, so if you toggle the force effect the second time, it will swing white. So it's a funky trick that I discovered when I was playing around with force effects on blade styles, where you can toggle effects on and off with the force effect. So right now, when you swing the blade, it swings green because I have the alpha layer set to green and the force effect blade layer set to white, right? However, if you force effect again, it swings white because it toggles that alpha layer change to green, it toggles that off. So this is a fun blade style. There's lots of different ways you can go with this. One of the other things you can do with this blade style is you can increase that duration time, so you can turn that white blade on for like a few minutes if you want. Right now I think it's set for 10 or 15 seconds, so it's not too long where it changes. Okay, so that's Endure, and that's the green pulse blade. Next one I think is Gray Assassin.
Gray Assassin.
Yeah. And this one is also by BK Saber Sounds, and this is a purple, silver, black electro staff blade style. So this is, again, one of FET 263's original electro staff blade styles, and then I took it and just completely changed it up a little bit. So you'll see what I mean here. And I added a strobe to it as well. So one of the first things I did with this blade style and this particular one is I changed the speed timing. You'll notice this one is a lot slower than Shock Baton. So it's moving a little bit slower. And the striping is just a little bit longer. And then I added a strobe on the swing. Now the default strobe on this one is purple. And if you engage the force effect, you get a double strobe, where it adds a black. And I remember first telling Ike when I was talking to him about this particular style, I don't often do blade styles with strobes, but when I do, I kind of go all out. I do remember at one point actually putting together a blade style where I tried to use 5 different strobe effects, but I couldn't put it on camera because when I had it going for like more than 5 seconds, I started to get a headache. So I just put it down. I'll say enough of that experiment for now. And this is sort of a lemon, and this is one of the few times where I'm actually trying this particular color combo on the lockup, where I'm using like a lemon chiffon, like a pale yellow, pale lemon, a blue, and a black. Which gives a really, really nice, unique color contrast on top of a purple. The thing ended up coming out looking really well. And then I'm using more of a light blue, almost a cyan on the lightning block. Okay, so that's Gray Assassin, and that's the purple, my purple obnoxious strobe blade.
Dark Jedi.
And then this is Dark Jedi from Syndicate Custom Relics, and on this one I'm using I put on an orange unstable flame blade, or a dark orange. And so this is using two different it's using a standard orange and then a dark orange, and then within that it's using a Stylefire FET Stylefire code, so it's using the ratios of each of those colors in the Stylefire code, so it gets that nice blend of fiery unstable goodness. And this sound font is really cool. It's very gritty, very so.
A powerful Sith you will become. Havoc.
And this is Havoc, one of the new ones from K-Sith. And this one is now this blade style I built specifically for Ike and for this font for him. And this is a yellow/gold rolling pulse blade with a slightly unstable effect on the swing, with light blue lockup and clash effects. When I asked Ike what kind of blade he wanted for this one, he said he wanted something yellow, and he wanted it to be cool. He's like, do that thing you do. I'm paraphrasing, but he said something like do that thing you do. And I said, you got it. So this has got a little bit of an unstable swing. Now I don't normally put unstable swings on rolling pulse blades. Usually I leave this pulse alone and just have that be the style on the blade. But in this case, what I did is I sped up the pulse just a little bit over the default, and then I added just some very tiny, some small scale striping on the swing in black and a dark gray. So. And then it's got a little cool off down there. And then the last one
Temple Guardian.
this is another yellow blade style. This is one that you've seen me demo before with other fonts like the Village Bride from Visions and also Scavenger's Destiny. This is my custom yellow/gold per flicker LED blade, where I actually use like black sparks in the middle of the blade to try and give it an agate texture. And then this one I sped it up on the ignition so it jumps out really quickly and very brightly.
Battery power level.
Whoops.
Temple Guardian.
So there's a nice jump out there. So I have the ignition set to like 100, I think. And then it's running a per LED flicker here in the middle, and it's also running very, very small black rain dents in the middle, and that's to give a little bit more richness in the middle of the blade. And it's got a custom stab on this one too. Come on, stab. There we go. You can probably hear the battery starting to die down a little bit, so I'm gonna have to change the battery and ship this out. So Ike, that's your config. Thank you very much for working with me for making what I'm sure will be a great home for the Saber. And to the rest of the viewers out there, this is the last blade style demo you'll see from me with this Saber. SaberTrio Reaver is officially signing off. So Ike, enjoy this one, man. I'll get a fresh new battery in here for you, pack it up, and ship it out to you tomorrow. And I hope you enjoy it, man. Thanks very much, and thanks all of you for watching. All right, take care. Have a great weekend.